Welcome back to Entertainment Talk. Today I'm here to do another film review. This is going to be for Netflix's Enola Holmes, starring one Millie Bobby Brown as Enola Holmes, one Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes, who's of course now played as Superman, The Witcher, or Geralt of Rivia as The Witcher, and Henry Cavill's now starred as Sherlock Holmes as a secondary kind of character in the Enola Holmes film, and also Helena Bonham Carter, who was in the Harry Potter films. She stars as Eduria Holmes, who is the mum in this film. And then you've got Sam Claflin, who stars as Mycroft Holmes, the other brother, who I didn't know was even a character, but he is. And then also Lewis Partridge as Tewkesbury, one of the other characters in this film. Let's go to the skip, don't skip ratings. So just to sort of lay out what we have on Entertainment Talk in terms of the rating system, we've got must see or must play if it's a video game. So must see, don't skip, possible skip, and skip. I'm going to give this a don't skip rating, so not a must see, but certainly not a possible skip or a skip rating. I don't think that you should skip. I don't think that you should skip this film. I think this is a don't skip quality of film. I think this film is entertaining. It's fun, and when I look at the overall picture of what this film achieves, this is much more of a actor showcase and actress showcase in terms of Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill. You do have Lewis Partridge, Sam Claflin, and Helen Bonham Carter in this film, but I do feel like Henry Cavill and obviously Millie Bobby Brown as the title character do take the spotlight here, which is perfectly fine because they're of course both great actors and actresses as well. It's a good film. I think this is a film that you can watch if you want to have a bit of fun. I think this is a film that you can watch if you're a fan of Millie Bobby Brown or of Henry Cavill, of which both have a lot of fans in this day and age, both for Superman or Elle the Stranger Things, and of course Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher. Millie Bobby Brown's done a couple of other things, but most notably in this day and age, of course, Elle or Eleven from Stranger Things. I think it's quite a good film. I think where this film falls the shortest, but still doesn't particularly matter, is in terms of the story. Because basically what's going on here, and this will be a spoiler-free review, so I won't tell you the outcomes of certain things. Some of which are quite obvious anyway, but I'll just keep it spoiler-free. You get the backstory of who Enola Holmes actually is, who I don't believe has actually had her story told in any sort of medium before. There might be a book about her or Mycroft Holmes, who I didn't even know as a character, to be honest. But basically, one day the mother, Eduria Holmes, she goes missing or goes off to do something, and it's essentially up to I've missaid her name twice. Enola Holmes, played by Millie Bobby Brown. It's essentially up to her to take the spotlight and do her own detective skills, because of course Sherlock Holmes, the most famous of these characters, are known for his detective ability. So it's up to Enola Holmes to use her detective ability to basically track down, okay, what happened to her mum, why, where is she, what's going on, and there's a bit more in there than what you might expect, but nothing really about the story is anything particularly special. This really is just a solid case of, let's see what Millie Bobby Brown can do, and then you've got Henry Cavill in there in a supporting role. Sam Claflin as Mycroft Holmes is quite good as well. He's probably a little bit forgetful in certain or forgettable in certain scenes. Lewis Partridge as Tewkesbury kind of becomes the sidekick partner in a way of Enola Holmes, because this really is about, I mean, she's the title character. So it's not like this isn't a film where you could say, okay, Enola's taking the spotlight from Sherlock, because Enola is the title character here. So yeah, you got that kind of going on as well. But no, I thought it was quite good. The story is nothing particularly special here. I think that it's a bit sort of, this film sort of acts like there's a lot going on, because there is a lot of detective work for these characters to do, which is part of the whole point, because you got 3 or 4 detective characters here, Sherlock and Enola as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed seeing Millie Bobby Brown in the main role. I thought that she's turning, I mean, she's only, I think she's about 15 or 16, maybe 16 or so. Because I think they even mentioned, like, oh, how old is Enola in this film? And I think Mycroft, the other brother in the film, kind of mentions that she's 16. But I think Millie herself is around about 16, because all the Stranger Things kids, teenagers, are around that sort of age. But it's a good acting showcase for her. I think that she's, just based off of what I've seen her do in this and in Stranger Things, of which I've seen all 3 seasons of. I've reviewed the 3rd season as well on Entertainment Talk, so you can have a look out for that. I think Millie Bobby Brown's got a really bright future as an actress. Obviously, she's going to probably finish off Stranger Things, do some other things as well. I do think, in terms of like the future of this thing as well, I think there's potential to do a Henry Cavill Sherlock Holmes film. I think there's potential to do an Enola Holmes 2. I'm not quite so sure if you could do like a Mycroft Holmes. I'm not sure that there's enough with that character to where you could really do like a solo film for him. But in terms of what this you could do for the future, because there could always be new cases that pop up. I mean, we've had at least 3 different people that have played Sherlock at this point, because you had Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, of course, in the MCU. You had Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, Doctor Strange, also in the MCU. And now Henry Cavill's done sort of he's still very much a main character in this film. He's just not the focus character, because Enola is, of course. But he's now played Sherlock Holmes as well. So they like to go for superheroes for the Sherlock Holmes roles, and it's worked out really well so far, so that's been really good as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is a film that deserved a little bit more attention, maybe. I mean, you've got 2 very popular actors in here, and actresses, with Henry Cavill and with Millie Bobby Brown. Moving on to a couple of negatives that I haven't really spoken about yet. There's one particular little section of this film that made me cringe a little bit. And now that I've seen the full film, and I've seen the whole, thing of it and whatever, I don't feel like it was entirely necessary to put that in. I'm not going to say what it was particularly, because it would be going into spoilers, but it's about trying to turn Enola into a proper woman, I suppose, and it was a bit unnecessary now that I've sort of seen the whole thing, and you could have kind of cut out those scenes and it wouldn't really have done anything different to the story, so it was a little bit of a waste of time. But in terms of pacing, I think this film was quite good for all of that, and
Hey there, I'm Aaron Holman, host of Eye to Eye, a weekly podcast talk show all about passion.
I have this passion and this fire within me that burns brighter than the fire around me.
Flow.
With performing, there's always a story to tell, whether it's my own or not.
And creativity.
I go, he's more than cute, he's creative.
All with an LGBT twist. Make sure to check out Eye to Eye, that's EYE, number 2, letter I. And rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in today.
I'm Christy.
And I'm Jackie.
And we are Killer Fun. We explore the intersection of crime and entertainment every other week.
For as long as people have been communicating, they have been talking about who did what to whom, and is that socially acceptable?
Because the boundaries of society,
crime,
and entertainment have always gone hand in hand.
The more salacious,
or weird,
the better. From books and movies
to television shows and games,
we look at how life and art imitate and inform one another.
And we can't get together and not laugh. So let's face it, there's going to be laughing.
Killer Fun is available anywhere you listen to podcasts, so join us.
If you'd like to get started with a domain name and a website today, just click on the link in the show notes and that will take you over to Koalu to get started. They also have a live support chat system that you can use, which is in the bottom right hand corner. So get started with a new website and domain name today with Koalu. Hey everybody, if you would like to get the ad-free versions of all of our podcasts and support Entertainment Talk along the way, all you need to do is head over to patreon.com/entertainment talk. Sign up either as a creator or as a Patreon. There's no difference there. That's just the option for either becoming a creator now or just staying as a patron for the moment. And then all you need to do is support us at the $1 level tier. That will get you access to all of the ad-free podcasts that we've done in the past, and get you access to all the ad-free podcasts in that month as well. So it's a great way to support us on Entertainment Talk and to get rid of the ads and get your ad-free podcasts. You can also become a patron at the $3 level tier. That gets you access to ad-free podcasts and allows you to redeem a review of a TV show or a film of entirely your choice. That's one per month for either a TV show or a film review, which is at the $3 level tier. As always, thank you very much for listening. Back to the show. And I feel like it's paced pretty well, but there's just one little sort of section of this film that could have just been either shortened a bit or taken out. It's not a section that's particularly too long, but it's a section that just wasn't really needed necessarily. I get it. I understand with sort of the time period that this is set in, and especially, it's set in England and everything like that, so I kind of get why it was in there, but it just wasn't really needed necessarily. It's got nothing really to do with the detective angle, nothing really to do with the finding her mother, or their mother rather, because obviously it's the mother of all three siblings. But yeah, just wasn't really needed necessarily. But it's nothing I'm going to hark on too much or moan about too much. I'm just sort of telling you that that's one of the negatives about this film. But overall, I think this is a really fun ride. I think it's something that you can watch not too seriously, but it's certainly a film where they've taken Henry Cavill and Millie Bobby Brown and shown sort of, because obviously with Henry Cavill, he does have more acting experience than Millie Bobby Brown. I don't think that's really up for debate necessarily. Millie Bobby Brown's a great actress, but Henry Cavill certainly got a bit more experience. So it's sort of like you let Enola take the lead, Millie Bobby Brown as Enola takes the lead, Henry Cavill does take a bit of a backseat as Sherlock. He's still very heavily involved in the film. They don't sort of put shame to the character of Sherlock. He's still very much a great detective and everything, but it's just focused a lot more on Enola herself. So I had a good time with it. It's not something I took too seriously necessarily, but it was cool to see. It was cool to see Millie and Henry take on the roles of some of the Holmes characters. I thought that was pretty good, and like I said, I'd be up for either a Henry Cavill, a Sherlock Holmes film, maybe with Enola taking a back seat. And then maybe you could switch the roles again, where there's an Enola Holmes 2 film and Henry takes a bit of a backseat, and maybe you could kind of chop and change the roles a little bit. I'm not sure what that would mean for Mycroft Holmes, the other brother in this film, but he's not a character that I felt was massively important. He had a couple of good scenes in that, but it was really about the two main actors and actresses in the film. So I could sort of take or leave Mycroft in any sort of future film if they decide to do one. So but overall I had a good time with it. I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10 if I was to give it an actual number rating score. I don't think the story's particularly special here, but this is a good acting performance from both Henry and Millie as well. So and it was fun, it was well paced. There's one particular thing that didn't really work, but overall I had a good time with it, so I think that's pretty important, and I don't think that you should skip it, hence the don't skip rating that I gave this film at the start of the podcast. But anyway, go and check it out. It's on Netflix. You can go and watch it, of course, if you subscribe to Netflix, which hundreds of millions of people are, or 150 something million are. So go and check it out if you want to. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about why I didn't particularly like the scene that one of the scenes that they included, you can of course email me as well, or you can get in touch with Entertainment Talk, and you can also let me know your thoughts. What did you think of Enola Holmes on Netflix? Would you like to see any future films? Would you like to see Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes? I mean, to me, there's a lot of different roles that Henry Cavill could do. I think James Bond would be great for him if he ever does return as Superman, apart from the Snyder Cut. That would be brilliant. I think Millie Bobby Brown's got a big future as an actress. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of them in future roles as well. But what did you think of this film? What do you think of both of the actors and actresses? What do you think of the future of this particular franchise? So yeah, because we'll probably will have a Holmes installment of someone in the future. It just depends who it is and what direction they decide to go with. I'd be a little bit disappointed if you rebooted the Holmes characters again, because I don't actually know if like the BBC show's finished, or if there's going to be a Robert Downey Jr. third film, because he did 2 of them, didn't he, with someone else. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on everything Sherlock Holmes or Holmes family related. Matthew at entertainmenttalk.org, Twitter eTalkUK. There's a contact page and information in your show notes as well. Sorry, just one more time. Matthew at entertainmenttalk.org, Twitter eTalkUK. There's a contact page and information in your show notes as well. So let me know what you think could happen with the future of this franchise. But yeah, I think that they've set up something really good here with the Netflix film, so we will see what happens with that in the future as well. But thanks everybody very much for listening. You can find everything that we do on entertainmenttalk.org. If you want to check out our TV, video game, films and Manchester United podcast, entertainmenttalk.org is where you can find all of those. If you like what you heard today and you want to support more of it and hear more of it and get involved, Patreon, we're on there. You can have a look at the $1 and $3 level tiers for instant ad-free podcast and review options. Amazon affiliate link if you're buying those Christmas presents or treating yourself or whatever the case may be. You can support us through that as well. We can get a small cut of what you spend, but it won't cost you extra with the affiliate link. Podcast services, if you search for us on your favourite podcast platform, search for Entertainment Talk, get yourself subscribed, rate, review us as well. That would be really, really great. If we're not on your favourite podcast platform, please let us know and I will look into that as well. You can find David, of course, on Geektown Radio on podcast services. Just search for Geektown on your favourite podcast platform. And get yourself subscribed to that for your up-to-date, reliable TV and film news. Geektown.co.uk is where you can find news through the week as well. But Geektown Radio episodes are on Tuesdays, so have a look out for those as well. Bex is streaming daily at the moment over on Twitch. If you search for Trista Bytes, Trista, B-Y-T-E-S, you can go and follow her on there, get involved with all the cool stuff that she's doing over there. What's the other thing? Word of mouth. You can simply tell people that you know about Entertainment Talk, Geektown and Trista Bytes. Let people know about all 3 of them, and they can come and discover all of the content for themselves as well. Social media, you can do the same thing, but through Facebook and Twitter, or in different Facebook groups if you can. Just share the links and whatever else that we do on there. And of course look out for Let's Play Sunday episodes. And in terms of us for Twitch as well, I'm streaming currently The Walking Dead Onslaught VR, which is the Walking Dead game, and also streaming the Pro Evolution Soccer Master League. So if you'd like to see how I would manage Manchester United and what I would do with them and my success with them, you can follow me on Twitch as well. The link's in the show notes. And look out for Let's Play Sunday episodes as well. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.